Hey, hey, hey! Rosalind is awesome! Rosalind is awesome! Hey, hey, hey! Rosalind is awesome! Rosalind is awesome!
Hello, Star. How are you?
I'm good. Still dancing like you are.
Oh, yes. This is an exciting night, an exciting stream. I don't know that you deserve it all yet, but hit the like button, get in here and enjoy. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Kevin, for coming in. Leslie, Seagirl, Lisa was in earlier. I hope she's still in here. But no, this is going to be a fun stream. And I have, as I was telling Star earlier, I have a hodgepodge, an oleo, so to speak, of material for everyone to enjoy. And I have kept these a secret from Star. She has no idea what's coming. Bo, it's coming. Sue, how are you? Jim Ebner, how are you? I'm going to let people keep filling in a little bit. Star, how have you been lately?
I am doing okay. Allergies are annoying.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm doing good, and I am just as excited to see what you have in store for all of us tonight.
I promise you, I'm not going to disappoint. Now, on Saturday, we are going to jump into the Two Fleas, and we're going to take a look at some transcripts and stuff from their show of this riveting back and forth conversation. Luckily, I was able to make it into their last show. Apparently, Megan Fox has recruited this J-Hip. She doesn't know my name, but so she says. But anyways, and then her train of thought got completely derailed and then went into another topic.
I mean, seriously, I get the name right.
Yeah, get the name right. If I'm going to be covering you, you should at least get my name right. Hello, Denise is here, Maja's here, Gary's here. Thank you all for coming in. It's filling up here. 59 already viewing, 68 viewing. Oh boy, it just jumps up left and right. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone being here. See, that's so much easier now, Star, that you can do that. Or is
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
No, I appreciate everyone being here because I'm dropping some bombshells for you tonight. It's going to be so exciting and so epic that I don't know. I'm just saying, control yourselves. Control yourselves. If you need to use the restroom, now would be the time. Okay, Melanie, how are you? Dawn, how are you? Ancient Groomer, how are you?
And while you're in there, put on your poise.
Yes. Oh, Lou, thank you for showing up. Carla, how are you all? Thank you all for coming in. 72 in here. I just don't want to go too fast to meet because I don't want anyone to miss it. Now, tonight, Star, I'm going to start with our dear friend, Mary Lankins. I don't know I can cover all of Mary tonight because we only have about an hour and 15 minutes usually before Tug goes on, and then the whole thing disappears. Yamaha Biker, thank you for coming in. Yamaha Biker with an epic reading last night on Shizzy's stream. And if you haven't watched it, it probably looked like a boring stream yesterday where I was just going to be chatting with the chat. Surprise was Shizzy Wisnut joined me yesterday on my stream in the morning for an hour. And we talked about Mickey Volmut, and we talked about Dick Lickman. And so he was in my stream. So go back and watch it. It was a really good stream. I had thought he was going to drop by. I just wasn't 100% sure. So, just go back and watch that. It was a very good stream with Shizzy Wisna. And yeah, it was a good time. And I was a little preoccupied. So I just wanted to say I'm sorry. If I missed anybody's super chats that came across, I do apologize because I was by myself, but I also didn't know if Shizzy was going to be there for 10 minutes or 30. I didn't want to keep cutting him off. So I do apologize if I think I got them all, but if I missed one, I do apologize. I didn't want to interrupt Shizzy when he was going on because it was a great conversation. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So go back and watch it. Star jumped in. That was a fun stream too. Roz, how are you?
Here she is.
You gave me permission, so
Awesome
I'm just taking over. I'm just taking over.
Yeah, well, no, I gave you permission. So now you can just take
Here
on
I am,
over.
everyone. I'm here.
This is how I hop in co-host. It's
Before we get started, I do want everyone to wish Rogue a happy birthday. It was yesterday, but we
Happy
really need to give her, a happy birthday in the chat.
I even sang her happy birthday, a portion of it yesterday.
You did? You sang it?
It didn't go well. It wasn't
Out loud?
It wasn't well received.
I mean, I think you should sing it because Tug sang for her, and I believe you should sing for her too.
We'll see later on in the show. But tonight we're going to return just with our friend Mary Linkins, and she had a little back and forth with a guy named Patrick. And right before our stream, well, so did I. I had a conversation with Patrick, and I just wanted to let Mary know that I've got her back. So let me just share a little bit of what occurred. Got to make it bigger, right?
Maybe we should make our balls
And big in it, please.
smaller.
I'm making it bigger. What's that?
Hold on.
Hey, everybody. I really am. I'm really not going to stay. I just was already in StreamYard working on some other projects, and I was just like, oh, yeah, I can totally just jump in.
You
I
can
appreciate it. And
stay. We are
did you
here.
get the song that Shizzy sent over?
I did, but it doesn't say Rosalind is awesome on it, so he needs to redo it.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. I have no idea what's coming, but yeah, I'm excited for it. I talked to him after the stream yesterday for 3 hours or something. Going through music, it was forever. But yeah, send that over when you do get a chance. I appreciate it.
Rogue Mama said Tug sang that, and I should get sued by BBB. Bruce.
Yes. I saw that too. It was terrific. That was nice for Tug to do that. So, no, I appreciate it.
Wow.
But thank you for stopping by, Rosalind. I really do appreciate you coming in.
I could really start just messing with you right now, couldn't I? Oh,
I know.
You could, because you know
My screen?
more how to use this thing than any of us do.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't.
So there's
I can't add stuff, so never mind.
Oh.
I'm just gonna start adding my childhood albums so you can see how cute I was when I was little, and then maybe start going through my school yearbooks. I don't know. It could be fun.
You know what's really weird? When I was in Brad's stream, I was able to scroll backwards in the chat, and I find that my ability to scroll the chat now has been taken away.
Oh,
So I think maybe because the system knew I like to scroll in the wrong direction, it was smart and it decided, let's not let her scroll. So if you don't get your message on, it's because the the chat's going by way too fast.
Yeah, you're way far at the beginning there.
Yeah, because I was going backwards and putting on older messages instead of the newer. It was a whole thing, but I was learning.
All right.
huh. Okay, I'm gonna totally get out of here. Have a good stream. I'll be listening, and I'll probably be in chat. So
I
Love
appreciate
you.
this, and it's going to be fun.
You the
Love you.
rabbit.
Thanks for joining.
All right. Bye.
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 Okay, here we go again. We'll try this again. Let's
All the best.
add that to the stage. So this was a back and forth. Patrick had written a message to on his ex, and it was nice because Mary responded, and he said, "You realize, dipshit, typing in all caps that nonprofits routinely post their 990s online, right?" And Mary told him, she said, "Oh, go ahead. You can read, Mary."
Well, here's the problem. Let me see if I could see this.
Do I make it bigger?
I need a full screen layout here. Let me see. I might
Otherwise,
be able, hold on. Because now that I'm in this other screen, you want me to read Mary Lankin's?
yeah, read Mary.
Okay. Mary Lankin's. I type in all caps so I can see the x.com application on my phone better. No need for okay. No need for profanity, sir. I told you he was the 990 in his bank account. Wait, I told you he has the 990 in his bank account, so no one should be ever. All right, I'm screwing this whole thing up.
Killing it.
Hold on, because it just went spinning. I'm going to start again. I type in all caps so I can see the x.com application on my phone better. No need for profanity, sir. I told you he has the 990 in his bank account. No one should ever be able to see your bank account online. You seem like a very angry elf.
He does. And
He does.
there were other responses, but then he blocked them and he deleted them. And I don't know if I can, yes, see, nothing's in there. He took them away. And then, as you can see, Mary Lankin says, "Miss Natalie, it won't show me the comment to your post. Is Mr. Elon Musk hiding them from me?" And
Oh boy.
then Mary realized that Patrick had blocked him, and he must be a Class A rooster eater. I didn't appreciate anyone talking that way to Mary.
I didn't either. I mean,
Yes,
it was obnoxious.
but I took care of it, okay? Because that's the type of person I am. I'm going to take care of it. Let me share.
I also don't like myself not being able to read. I'm glad I got that taken care of.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Let's see here. We got.
CJ, it's not just you making mistakes.
Well,
No?
this is the surprising thing about Patrick. Patrick also tends to. Oh, I didn't add it to the stage. Where'd we go?
I think I might have had to take us off so that I could see.
Oh,
and
I
read.
see. But here's the thing about Patrick. Just today, he posted this in all caps, right? And I thought, well, listen here, jerk. You just said we shouldn't do that. So I, of course, had to respond. And I said, you shouldn't type in all caps letters. You realize, dipshit, typing in all caps that nonprofits routinely post their 990s online, right? Well, Patrick says, this is about the signal scandal, dipshit. And I said, that response was a mistake. You should learn to be nicer. So,
I mean, he should learn to be nicer.
if you have time, Patrick_M_I, if you would like to go over and defend our Mary Lankins, I would appreciate you doing that. Just go over and let them know that. See, if you're mean on X, sometimes you're going to get a following you may not like. So, Patrick, I told you responding to me with dipshit was a mistake. And here's your mistake, Patrick_M_I. You've made it onto the tubes, my friend. So,
I also, Jay, have seen Advocate, Don't Hate.
Yes.
Was also in communications with this Patrick person
Yeah.
on behalf of our friends.
Yeah, there were several of them. I just wanted to get Patrick's name out there because we got so much to cover. But but he also types in all caps, and I wanted to make sure that Mary, I got you back on this. And then I have a back and forth with Mary about it, but we're going to get to that later because I'm going to unveil the big news, like the exciting stuff. Just this morning, I was going through my, hang on, it was back up there. Just this morning, I was looking at my email. I hadn't checked it in a day. And I noticed that, what's his name? Mickey Volman sent me an email.
Oh boy.
And I got excited, like so excited. I was almost like nervous to open it because I'm like, oh my goodness, he sent me an email. And it was good, folks. It was good. I didn't have time. I sent it to Rogue, but I didn't send her the whole thing to redact the whole thing. So I only have the first page, but I will read to you the entire back and forth. Oh, we didn't just exchange one email. This was an entire back and forth, folks, and it's good. I was so politeful and so nice. I don't think I could have been nicer. But of course, Dick Lickman had to hop in and also send me an email. Oh boy, surrounding yourself with Dick Lickman does not seem like it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It never goes well.
No.
But
it certainly doesn't. And Lisa is on point with this Patrick person. Also, not a gem.
Yeah, he's about as charming as a vest full of ants. This Lisa. Yeah, these two are, yes, they're about as entertaining as a wet rock, right? I mean, doesn't do anything. It just sits there being wet. and yeah, but
I'm surprised he's not in a group with, Mickey and Dickie.
I'm surprised too, because yeah, I mean, it would only make sense.
Exactly.
This is the unveiling now. Rogue put this together, and this is just the initial emails that I got from Mickey Volman and Dick Lickman, and then I will read the others off screen because I screwed up and didn't send Rogue everything to redact them. So maybe we'll share those in the future if they get redacted properly. But for right now, I'm going to share this, and then I'll read the other stuff. Just I'm not sharing it to the screen, okay?
Gotcha.
And I will make that bigger.
Yes, please.
All right. Hopefully that helps a little bit, so I can make it bigger than that.
We always need it bigger over here.
Okay.
If you're going to read it, I don't need it any bigger.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to read it. So actually, I got to make it one smaller because I'm falling off the page here. There we go. As you can see, Volman sends me a message, says, hello, Jay. It's Mickey Volman. I see that you have a lot to say about me, so I'm inviting you onto the unknown where you can say your piece directly to Dick Lickman and I. We generally record on Wednesdays, but if that doesn't work, we'll figure out another day to record. Don't be a chicken. Okay, well, he invited me to a show that nobody watches. Fail. Oh, man. Oh,
wow. Man. That's a big invitation. You could get like 2 more followers. I mean, maybe.
Well, as I said, of course, Dick Lickman has to come in and join in the fun, so he does. And scroll down here.
Whoa.
And here he says, Mike, Jay's not a chicken. He's a little bee. Regards, Dick Lickman.
Whoa.
Listen, loser. I'm not the one with pig nose. So I guess so this is them inviting me onto their stream, over to their channel, where, I can only imagine we're going to have tons and tons of viewers and tons of watches and likes. Mary, how are you? Mary is here. Thank you for being here. Heather May, Linda, Mary Rotell's here. Thank you, everybody. But yeah, he wanted me to come on his stream. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read my responses. And like I said, I'm not going to share these. But here we go. This is in my response after Dick says Jay's not a chicken, he's a little bee. So I responded to Volman. I said, good morning. Thank you. And I really appreciate the offer. I do not see a gain for me to be on your stream, though. I know it will probably bring in large numbers in your channel for your channel for a change, and I'm sure it would be your largest viewed stream to date. However, subjugating my viewers to have to watch me on your channel seems unfair to them. If you can figure out where there would be a benefit for me, please share with me. Okay, well, I think that was a nice response.
I mean, I think it was nice, but I don't know how they're gonna think, period, on how this would be beneficial for you.
I don't know either how they think this is. Like, I'm jumping at the plate, like, man, I get to go on this stream that nobody watches. What am I doing? But I'm going to give them more opportunities because that's the type of person I am.
Quite frankly, you might lose subscribers.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. So, I thought, well, we'll just continue on with my life, and that should probably be the end of it. But he responds and he says, this is Mick Volmet. He says, you are a coward. You insult people from afar. You can't do it to their faces. Well, it would be on a stream. It still wouldn't be to your face, sir. It's not how the internet works. But, I felt the need to respond. But first, I had to get back to Dick Lickman. I can't let him think I'm forgetting about him. For goodness sakes, there's two of them. So, of course, I returned to Dick Lickman. And it's riveting, but I said, Dick, now, that's not how you get a guest to come on a stream with you. Normally, you would ask nicely and extend some level of grace. Name calling or sending nasty memes also does not work well. Hashtag also not the correct way to invite a guest. All the best, JJ.
All the best.
Because that name calling
to
is
his dating profile, though. He should add this photo to his dating profile. It may help out.
but no, I did add in the entire hashtag of also not the way to invite a guest. Just so he would get it through his head that in the future, don't also send me a hashtag. That's not going to help. So don't worry. Dick's going to respond, but we'll give it some time. All right? Because we're going to move on back to Mike Volmet and see where he goes with this. Oh, well, of course, I had to respond to him because he called me a coward and I insult people from afar. And I can't do it to their faces. So I say to him, good morning. Again, did you insult Megan Fox to her face? How about Hale's? Once again, there's no point for me to give your channel a boost. Going on a live stream with very few viewers and bringing my audience over to watch is not beneficial to me. We can chat about it when I have time on the phone if you would like. On top of that, your buddy's comments really sealed the deal that I would not find this to be worth my time. I told you this association with Dick was not helpful. Seems once again, he let you down. All the best, JJH. So, once again, maybe I would have done this stream with him, but, then, Dickie had to call me a little bee. And I was like, it's probably not. But, oh boy, don't get me wrong. He's going to respond.
I'm sure he is going to, but I'm sure it's going to be a gem.
This is a trolling channel where I'm trolling him.
Yeah.
And he's doing a back and forth email exchange with me. Oh, I don't know where to go with this. We'll go on. We'll go on.
We need Megan Fox to continue to, faux Megan Fox to continue to troll him.
Well, Mickey Volmet responds again with something that doesn't really make sense. He said, I've known Megan for 10 years. She went on our show in August. The last time she responded, she called me a scumbag by email. I tried to interview Shockett twice, but he canceled both times. I did get a comment from Hale's Ohio lawyers. I asked them for an interview with them or their client, but they refused. Hale's doesn't respond to my emails. You are a coward. Oh,
oh boy.
Invite somebody onto your stream. So I imagine, based on my level of email back and forth with him, that Hale's lawyer, Shockett, probably received similar type emails, and they don't go well. Also, if they also received messages from Dick Lickman attached to the original message, it probably didn't go good either. But what was the point of this, Star? All he did was point out that no one would go on his stream with him. What is that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to achieve here, but he's not succeeding in anything.
He comes back with the response that said, no one else will speak with me either. Basically, that's what he said. And I'm like, wow, okay. I'm proving my point here. I don't see how this is a win for me. Rosalind Duke adding new stuff to her gift shop. Go check it out. I definitely would agree with that.
Yes, I agree too.
Yes, in Yamaha, an association with Dick will just screw you in the end. That is usually how that works. And an enjoyable play on words. I appreciate that.
Exactly. I told you, you go on there and people will be dropping like flies. And we can't lose any of these beautiful people because they are funny.
No, thank you, Mary. He's a Nimrod. Yes, he is. But doing well. We're doing well in the back and forth so far. I'm enjoying my time. I was just sitting at my computer, occasionally checking, but I responded a little bit more quickly this time. I didn't want him to get worried that I was chatting with my team of people and reps to make sure it was okay. Making sure that Megan Fox said it was okay for me to talk about him. I don't know. This is insane.
I mean, clearly he knows you're not checking in with me because we all like to have me be a surprise.
Yes.
On what you're delivering for a day so that we can get my surprise
and
reactions.
Do you guys realize how hard it was for me to keep this a secret all day long? I was so excited because we continue on. We continue on. I mean, I was sitting on my hands. Don't tweet this. Don't do anything. Just wait, Jay. Wait.
And he wanted to tell me because he kept texting me, telling me how it was going to be funny. But I'm not going to tell you because I want it to be a secret.
Well, I respond once again to Mickey Volmet, and I say, good morning again. I am seeing a common trend from your prior email. Seems like a lot of swings and misses. I've tried to say this nicely, but bringing my larger, fast-growing, and highly engaging audience to your stream seems unfair for them. I do not know if you have moderators that can handle a chat of 200 to 500 live viewers at one time. I just don't think it would be the experience that my audience would enjoy. I stream tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, so I will ask my audience and I will follow up with them, and I will allow them to give me their input. If my audience wants me to go on with you, I will do it. If they're going to be forced to go to your channel, they should have the most input. All the best, JJH. So there you go. I've laid it out in the audience's hands now. I'll let you decide. If you want me to do the stream, put a 1 in the chat. If you think it's a bad idea, put a 2 in the chat. So 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'll leave it in your hands and we'll see where we end up. I hope it doesn't go the wrong way, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to put me through. Oh, we're getting 2s. Thank goodness. Two. But once again, I'll do it if you just seeing 2s. It doesn't seem like the audience wants to go over to their unwatchable stream. Yeah, I got.
That's so weird. I mean,
that's a lot of
exactly
2s.
what we expected to see. All 2s.
That's a lot of 2s. Oh,
I haven't seen a 1 yet.
No, I haven't. Mickey, get in here. Put in a 1. Come on, get 1. Come on. Get in here, Mickey. Oh boy.
Yep.
Lady, I would never watch one of his streams. Well, what if I was on it though, lady? Then would you? I mean,
Nope. Nope.
Oh boy, yeah. This seems like it's not going to be good for my stream.
Yeah, it's all 2s. I haven't seen a single 1.
I would say there you go. What? A 1?
Oh!
Thank you, Dick Lickman. Thank you. No, I don't know.
Wow. I think he's just saying 1 because everyone else said 2, right?
I don't know. Maybe we'll start seeing as the barrage of 1s coming across. But yes, Lisa, I will talk to fake Megan Fox first. See if I can get on her stream if she has one, or maybe her over here. Because I do enjoy fake Megan Fox and Mary Lankins, which led me and you, Star, and all of us down this path with Vomit and his, criminal friend, the creeper and the convict. Rogue Mama gives me nothing but a ton of 1s. No, Rogue, you don't get that many votes. No. I think it's been an overwhelming decision, though. If things change in the future, I'll keep an eye on things. Maybe next week we'll do a live poll and maybe like that, just so I have. But I think I can go back in time and I can count all of the 1s and the 2s, and we'll see where the math actually lines up. But it doesn't look like this is good. Hokey Fred Justice says, doing that sounds like a train wreck waiting to happen. This train doesn't wish to participate. Yeah, see, it's going to cost me some viewers, and I love everyone who's subscribed to me. I'm so thankful. I hope you've hit the like button, but I'm so thankful for every one of you, and I don't want to subject you to that. I mean, I'm too nice. I'm just too nice. But we'll continue on because we have to do a little bit more back and forth. There's not too much left. He says, you have an open invite. This conversation is on the record. What does that mean? It's on the record. Anybody?
It's in an email.
I'm confused. It's
Does that mean it's in writing?
Chat, if you know what that means, this conversation is on the record. What conversation? It was a group of emails about me coming on this terrible show. I mean,
yeah, but remember, they think they're journalists. So I think they just think, if they say on the record, that means something, when it really just means it's an email in writing.
I'm so sorry. I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's on the record. I'm not a journalist, so maybe that's something a journalist says. I don't know. Maybe he feels he has to do that so he can share my portion on his stream, and he can do that because my portion was very, very funny. I thought. I thought his was quite dry and bland, but
He might get a few extra views if he shows it on his channel. I'm just saying.
I mean, if you think about it, though, folks, put this in comparison. I could be standing in the same likes of other people they've interviewed on their show, like Ray Bag of Bones. You know, I could be right up there with Boner Crusher. Maybe he would be on there with me. We could have dry race boards or something, you know, something. So it's a possibility, but yeah, I'm probably going to shy away. There's a few more responses coming. I send him another response. I say, good morning. Again, I appreciate the open invite and will be in touch depending on the desires of my audience. All the best, JJH. So once again, I left it in, you know, everyone else's hands. I said, you know, I'm not going to be the only one who makes that decision. I'm going to let everyone have a say, and I think the answer is out there. Yeah, the answer is out there. And as one journalist to another, I'm going to have to say I apologize, but I'm going to decline because I'm pretty sure like anyone can call themselves a journalist, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm reporting on the news here. This was news to me, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, Jay, people are starting to get sick to their stomachs from this image, or they want bacon. I'm not sure, but there's a request to remove it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lisa, I wanted to answer that, Lisa. Is he still trying to get 10K to do an article? He is sitting at a grand total of $765 to date to cover this case. So far, it's not going well, but I remember him saying, this is a case that if people are interested and there is public interest, they'll pay tens and tens of thousands of dollars for him to cover it. So far, $765. Well spent because I'll be honest with you. it was well spent $765 because look at how much fun I'm having with it. You're welcome, Heather. I'm here to please. I'm sorry I didn't see the chat. I was chatting. I was talking too much myself. Rogue Mom is here. Rogue?
Hey,
How's it going today, Rogue Mama? Happy birthday from yesterday.
thank you.
Happy birthday, girl.
Hey, I just wanted to point something out.
Please do.
So you know how, like, on one of their, because I've actually watched the Unwatchables, and on one of their Unwatchables, they actually talk about how they tried to reach out to Shizzy, and it was just he was so rude, and they reached out to Tug, and he was so rude. Well, I'm assuming that they did the same gang up thing that they just did to Jay. So of course they were rude back to you.
Yes, that's what happens. You know, because I said that I was talking in yesterday's stream with Shizzy. And
Like, how was that even polite or nice?
no, that's what I said. If you want someone to come on, you ask nicely. Maybe extend a little bit of grace and ask them nicely. You don't insult them and then expect them to come on your show nobody watches.
Right.
So I mean, I don't think they thought you would come on the show, but I thought it was ironic when I was thinking about it today. I was like, that's exactly, because they never show any receipts. So they don't show you their back and forth between them and Tug or them and Chizzy, because that would disprove, it would just show they're a bunch of dickheads. So
Well,
exactly.
He said that yesterday. He said maybe in the next couple of weeks he's going to release his email back and forth with Volnit. So we might get that. I'll share mine right away because, I thought it was funny.
And don't forget, they also edited, or they did something with Tug's email where they didn't include all of the message and made him, so it's like, so not only do they edit their messages so that they look, better, they have no ethics. They literally are rent-a-thugs.
Yeah, they really are. And that's just the thing, like coming on and then just trying to bully their way into a stream or bully their way. Like, I think actually, though, I thought that they seriously thought that they would send this to me and called me a coward, and I would be so goaded by that. I'd be like, I'm going to do it. But no,
Well,
I'm
it's
smart enough to say, where's my benefit? for
because
doing
you have an IQ above 75.
But in my head, I really think that they thought, we'll goad him into doing this. And then Dick Lickman's like, I'll really call him some names and that'll get him fired up. And
Do
I'm
you
like,
ever wonder like their conversations behind the scenes? Like if like I feel like this is a cartoon. So like, Mike sends this invite and he's trying to be, a little challenging, but he's not a total asshole. And but then Dick comes in and I can just see this thought bubble. I'm like, not again, Dick.
yeah, it just,
I
it
can't
doesn't-
imagine what they're talking about behind the scenes. What should we do next about this situation we know nothing about? How do we go at what the hales and talk some crap, but we don't know what the crap to talk about is?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and I mean, it's so stupid because it's like they come in and they present themselves as they are like these ethical journalists, and they're going to research both sides. They have done no research on the other side yet.
Yeah. They claim
They alter and change things. They edit. So it's not the truth. It's paid PR.
and
They are paid PR. I hope you're listening, Mikey. You're paid PR on a smear campaign.
and they're claiming, Rogue, like, well, we can't really research the other side because no one will talk to us. You don't need people to talk to you to research. Go
Well,
research.
yeah. Well, not only that, but do you know why Randy canceled the meeting? Because he put the invitation on there, and on the invitation it said lawyers only. Last I checked, Mike's not a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I asked him multiple times. I said, that says lawyers only. Did you tell Randy that? And he just doesn't answer my questions. So he sits there and, goes on and on about how Shara just answered all his questions in an answer. He does the same thing. He's projecting.
Just, and like I said, we've got like 180 people in here. I don't think that his stream could handle that. So I'm not going to go over and give likes and views to him. There's no win for me there. So, yeah, but Patricia's right. I should tell him, raise $10,000 and send it to me and I'll come on your stream.
I had a few other ideas too, but they'll stay behind the scenes for now.
Yes. Yeah.
and then the GoFundMe for $300 a story that no one wants to read. I know. I'm what?
Well, and you know what? How many stories have they put out? They're talking about it on every podcast.
I was going to say this. I didn't pull it up today. I have them all saved though, because I wasn't really going to share it because I knew this was going to monopolize our time. I have a ton of stories from his Substack that he's put out. Every single one just disparages Megan Fox. There's no substance other than Megan Fox in his Substack. That's all he has. It's embarrassing.
And now they won't even respond. They're so chicken.
Yeah.
And,
well, I think
they're Bubbles little bitches.
Yes.
Because they just put out Bubbles talking points. They're cancel pigs.
Yeah.
Shouting everything is this and that's homophobic and this is that. And they don't answer any questions. They have no substance. They're low IQ. And, they're little bitches.
Well,
they're Bubbles bitches.
Well, let me remind you, so am I, apparently. We're going to get to that because
they have said that.
I'm not just Megan's little bitch. It gets worse. Okay, I'm going to pull it up. We'll read it.
Go ahead.
Dick Lickman says to me, Mike wants to talk to you. I still think you're a bitch. And you're not just any bitch. You're Jeremy Hale's little bitch. And that's a long line of losers to be in. So I respond and I say, adorable. All the best, JJH. This is them trying to get me to come on their show that nobody watches. And here's the thing I find funny about that. I've never had a back and forth with Jeremy Hales. I don't think he's ever been in my chat. I've never seen him in anyone else's chat that I've been in. And if he was there, I didn't send anything to him because I'm not following this case. I'm following two jackasses. That's what I'm doing.
Exactly.
What is he talking about? How can I be Jeremy Hales' little B when I'm not covering Jeremy Hales? I'm covering these two clowns. And the whole ecosystem's coming up next. I'm not finished.
Well, and we have more because I'm hearing there is another case that Dick Lickman's involved in where he's doing the same thing, bullying and all sorts of other stuff that's going to be reported on. So they are the story.
Yeah. I thought in journalism you weren't supposed to become your story. And now they're becoming their story. And maybe they thought it was for fame, but these guys look like they're on a career dive. I mean, if you ask me, I don't see anything positive coming out about either of these people anywhere I look.
Yeah, because they bought Bubbles hook, line, and sinker. Oh, this is going to be big. We're going to get big media involved in this, and you're going to be famous, and any YouTube creator involved. They were the ones that were stupid enough to buy it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But like I said, when I pulled up my email, because I was like, hey, I haven't checked that in a day or so, and I was going to see if Rosalind or whoever, Rosalind had sent over Shizzy's song and stuff. So I was just going to hop on real fast. And I looked and I was like, oh my God. And my heart started pounding with excitedness because I knew we were streaming tonight. And I'm like, oh boy, this could be epic. And I got all excited and like giddy. I had to go use the restroom, I think. I could carry on reading because I was too excited.
Just out of curiosity, how long did it take for them to respond to you?
Minutes. This was at like 4 a.m. So on the East Coast, it was like 5, or it might have been 4:30. So it was like 5:30. So they were probably awake. Well, they're actually in Chicago. Mickey's in Chicago. I think Dick Lickman, I don't know where he's at.
He's in Florida.
Florida. Okay. So I'm sure Dickie probably saw it first and then got on with Vomit and was like, dude, we got a response. And they were probably just as giddy. But then it turns out they're probably less giddy now. But did they not expect that these emails were going to lead to this tonight? This fun stream covering these two rejects?
Well, they're stupid if they didn't realize that. So they may not have, but I'm like, free content.
And I was I was so excited when we started having a back and forth. I'm like, oh, I thought this was just going to be one simple email exchange. I'm like, now we're having a back and forth. Like, it was like David Gingras came back into my life again, right? Like, oh man, I have my dingus again. And I just got giddy and excited.
The difference is David Gingras actually has an IQ over 100.
Yeah, and he actually can be likable.
He can be likable. He's actually very intelligent.
Yeah, he's just rude and kind of a jerk, and also did stupid stuff like calling the cops on Mike or whoever in the courtroom. I mean, just stupid stuff.
He just didn't want to believe the truth. That's it. He didn't want to hear the truth, and he didn't want to believe the truth. But he actually was sort of entertaining. I
remember when I made a joke on X about, because he posted, I guess, a picture of his cat one time. And I said, you really should post more pictures of your cat because it's the best thing about your page. Yes. He kept posting them to me, guys. I was like, okay, this is getting a little creepy. Like on Christmas Eve, I think I got like a whole series of the cat.
Well, did you see me ask him if that was a shock collar? Because I was going to call the ASPCA.
Could you imagine though trying to use a shock collar on a cat? You would wake up with that collar around your neck.
He wrote me a really long written response. I was almost dead. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. And I kind of, we did this when we did Rosalind's House People Laugh Off show. And, David had blocked me. And in the spirit of Christmas, he brought me back for a very limited time. And then he actually was talking about me on one of his streams. And I was like, look at that. We're buddies again. He didn't actually. Debbie Baker's here. Thank you, Debbie, for the $20 super sticker. Thank you, Debbie Baker. So appreciative to Debbie Baker.
Debbie, you are amazing.
And a reminder that we are
love you.
monetized on this channel, but I will settle just for your likes, of course. I like and share is what I always enjoy the most. But thank you, Debbie Baker, for a $20 super sticker. Very much appreciative. But no, he brought me back on, then he talked about me, and then shortly thereafter, I hadn't put anything out in a while on X, and I put out like maybe a not so nice message about Laura Owens. And then he blocked me immediately again. I was like, oh, I lost my friend again. But now I have a new friend. And you know how I like to play with my friends.
But they won't respond.
Awkward.
I mean, I've actually written him some really good advice on X.
You
Like-
have.
To actually, hey, your post isn't going to work and this is why. You should post it like this so it hits your algorithm. And he doesn't even, he won't even, he's such a chicken. Mike won't respond to me anymore. He's
Yeah.
chicken.
Well, that's one of the things, though, that I know that the saga with Volmet and Dickie will end, a little bit as they kind of go quietly into the night. But that was also one of the points of when we started doing these streams, because I wanted them to go away eventually because I thought they were rude and mean. And the things that they were sharing on their X, with the memes about Megan and all that stuff, that's when I was like, I actually want them to go away. Would be my goal, is just disappear.
I wanted them to answer my questions.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Never.
like,
Well, Shizzy said the same thing on Tuesday's stream. Go back and watch it if you haven't, please. But no, he said the same thing. He said, I kept asking them questions and they wouldn't respond in good faith. He's like, so there wasn't any point for me to have them on if they're not doing it in good faith. And so, no, it's the same thing that I got. Like when I said, did you talk to, Megan and, and talk to her face or insult her to her face? And he's like, Megan's been my friend for 14 years. I'm like, that's not answering my question. You completely.
Megan wasn't his friend. Megan felt sorry for him.
Yeah. And, nobody feels sorry for him now. He's dug his hole. And, go on and do your stream of the Unwatchables. Maybe I'll watch it tonight for fun. 200 people in the chat. Thank you. I hope I have 200 likes. Thank you so much. If you didn't watch from the beginning, go back and watch the explosive emails between Mickey Volmet and Dick Lickman to me and my responses. We had a good time with it. Did you like the hashtag, bro?
I did. I laughed so hard. I had to run to the bathroom. I wasn't expecting a full sentence hashtag. It was perfect.
If you get time to redact the rest, I'll share the whole thing on Saturday's stream one more time for people who missed it. We'll just go through it real quick so I don't bore everyone. But I thought it was so funny to send Nick Lickman a hashtag. I hope he clicks it.
Maybe just respond in hashtags next time.
Yeah.
Like every sentence be a hashtag.
Just
Yeah.
one long hashtag.
Like a paragraph of hashtags.
It was really good. It was really good. And
That's
like I
all.
was telling
That's all they do is them damn hashtag sentences.
Well, and that's the thing. Like they're admitted trolls, and they just got out trolled by trolls, and not only that, but most of us are women. So I do feel that there is a misogynistic
yeah. Well,
issue with this because they talk completely different to men than they do women, and
he pointed that out, like
which is probably good for women. It's like, a safety net for us. We just, drift away from them automatically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and he pointed that out, and I shared it a couple weeks ago when, he was sharing about some chef who was like a pizza chef or something. And it was like a Michelin review. And he's like, have you ever seen a woman who could drive? And I was like, Yeah, that's gonna get you a good following there, sir. I mean, I mean,
It's not even funny. Like if you're
No.
gonna make a joke about what, like Andrew Bronca of Law of Self Defense, he is the best rage baiter, and he posted something on X this week about women. It was so funny, and people were just seething about it. And I can't remember what it was, but I mean, like at least make it be funny.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. They're so stupid.
Well, the largest portion of my audience is women, so I know not to just disparage women. That's stupid, all right? And not that I would in the first place. But
Well,
I'm
I
just,
don't mind making fun of dumb women or women that make dumb
yeah,
choices. You know, it's not about the sex; it's about your actions.
yes.
Right.
So yeah, and that's the thing. I wouldn't just say something about all women.
Yeah,
That's just dumb. So I just
it's
I
like,
don't get these two.
have you seen a fat man, Dick, who doesn't like donuts?
But I took it from this chain of emails that I'm starting to think maybe Dick Lickman doesn't like me. I don't know. Maybe I mean I don't see us
I think
going
that.
roller skating together.
So here's the thing. I think they're trying to do like a good cop, bad cop. The problem is Mike is not a very good cop.
No, they're both bad cops.
He's not, but he's not a bad cop. He's just like he's the creep. He's the creeper. He is like a weirdo. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gwen. Is it too echoey? But
but yeah, I just it's just it's you got, yeah, I don't know.
well, I thought it was just unbelievable for him to send me these emails. But like I said, I got really excited about it. And I couldn't wait to come on tonight and share it because I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. Like people are going to enjoy that. And then I also enjoyed, let me pull it up. Are you staying for a while, Rogue?
Well, doesn't Tug start soon?
Well, no, I meant like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I think usually they start at 7:15.
Yeah, they're usually at least by 5:10. Well, or my time.
Okay, I'm gonna actually make this a little smaller here. Let me
I
pull-
think though, I just want to point out, I haven't been on X much today, but I think I saw that Mary Lanklins was upset about something.
Yes, I'm pulling that up here. I just
Oh, okay.
I saw it too. Very disturbing.
let's see here. Back on 72.
I'm telling you, every time somebody messes with Mary Lankins, I become an animal.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I think it's this one right here.
Like
And-
leave
and just-
grandmother of 23 alone.
And
I'm
just
so
for
tired.
Mike, the reason why I saw it is because of the algorithm that X has. It puts her in my feed, so when I was scrolling, I saw it.
Yeah.
It's not because we're astroturfing you.
Yeah, exactly. So
She
yeah, we
comes
just
up like first in my every
Yeah.
time she's like first in my list of notifications that she's posted, and I have to go to I have to literally go find Jay Hip because he's never in my algorithm.
why am I not in your algorithm?
I have no idea.
We'll share more of this on Saturday when we always have more time. Let me get over. I'll just share part of the thread here because I couldn't find the very, very beginning, but that's okay.
I just want to thank everyone in the chat for being here. You guys are amazing. You're so funny. We really appreciate you.
Yeah. I'll make this bigger here for whoever wants to read. But this is where she went back and forth. Well, she was upset. Here's where she was upset, though. And we'll get to the start of the thread on Saturday. I just knew the email with Volman would take a while. But go ahead if someone wants to read.
Rogue, you want to take this one or you want me to read it?
I can read it.
Go ahead.
So, Mary Lankins. At the Mary Martini. I'm so disappointed. I emailed Mr. Mike Volpe to offer me and Chester's assistance with his research of the case. I explained who George was because he asked who she was. His response was demanding and rude. He will never find a wife with that attitude, Mary.
It's going to be a rough run for him finding a wife, behaving like that. That's for sure. But I was nice enough because, I also saw it and I said, oh my God, Mary, what happened? I had a friendly back and forth with him today. What was his response to you? Well, I will always be respectful and nice to you. Thanks for typing in all caps. It makes it easier to read. Wish I could do that from my phone. Tell Chester I said hi. Go ahead.
First he told me I couldn't type in all caps. Do you know how tiny the print is in my email on my phone? I explained that I would have to respond with my answer after I found my readers. I explained who George was. He said he didn't care about my life. Where were my documents?
What documents?
I know.
You didn't. I don't understand.
But go ahead with Mary.
It's like you just told him who George was because he didn't know.
I never once told him I had documents. I offered me and Chester's assistance with his research. Then he had the nerve to send me another email to watch his YouTube show. I have never been treated so disrespectfully.
Well, you and me both, Mary. I can tell you I am in the same crowd. Never been treated well.
Poor Mary.
I was treated less disrespectfully than Mary. But I respond and I say, that is just awful, Mary. I will share this information on my station tonight. People should know when others are not nice. Tune in at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for some fun. And then Mary sends me a message.
I can email it to you if you would like to see.
And of course, being the respectful individual I am, in all caps, I put in, please do, Mary. I'm interested in seeing it.
Where do I mail it?
And I said, just message me, dear, and I will get it. Or, just jhip@gmail.com. So we had a nice back and forth. Oh, Advocate comes in. What did Advocate say?
Well, she has a lot to say. I wish she would have typed in caps. Well, I reckon I can give that Mike Volpe a piece of my mind, dearie. I'm just as steamed as you are. The nerve of Vope being all rude and snippy after you went out of your way to help him. I may be old as dirt, but I know a thing or two about manners, and he ain't got none. That's part one. Part two, demanding, you say. Phew. He's lucky you don't go over to his page and write some sense into him. And you're right. With that attitude, he'll be a lonely old grump forever. No woman with half a brain would be put up with no woman with a brain. Okay, I'm not really.
What is going on?
And then the screen goes
I
blank.
know, it goes blank.
No woman with half a brain would put up with that. Mary, and don't let that fool get you down. Cheers.
Very nice. And Debbie, just found out you were 70 years old yesterday. When you thought you were 71, you feel so much younger just knowing that I'm 70 instead of 71.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Debbie Baker, and always a pleasure to have you.
Wow.
Miracle 64. Also, thank you for being here in the chat. Sticky Widget is here. I appreciate everybody coming over.
You guys are amazing.
131 people here. And yeah, this was a fun time. Now, coming up, going forward, because I know Tug's going to be probably going on pretty soon, but going forward, I have a lot of stuff from the two fleas, and we're going to go over some transcripts and stuff. I'm not going to share their stuff. I might if I open up a Rumble, but I'm not going to share their actual streams. But we'll go through some transcripts of just some riveting conversation. In fact, did you know that there's a lot of famous people from Ohio? Would any of you have ever guessed that happened. And then, well, let's go ahead and name off, 50 people for an hour that are from Ohio. This was a killer stream. And then she got up at one point and went to the bathroom for 5 minutes and just left me staring at a blank screen. And I was just going, you gotta come back or play a dance music or something. But no, just sat there in silence.
She did wash her hands, though.
Yes.
The chat did check with that.
And at one point, I thought to myself, actually, this is kind of funny. I was like,
It's like what not to do when you're streaming. It's a learning experience for you.
In a mockery type way, I was thinking, I might subscribe because they're kind of hooking me a little bit.
I was actually subscribed, and I actually used to chat with them, and then they banned me when they realized I was one of Megan's mods. I wasn't even being rude or trolling. I just was like, hey, I just want to share your chat. This person just said this, but this is what was really said in Megan's chat. And then they blocked me.
Sticky Widget, thank you so much. Here's monetization money. That's from the Department of Redundancy Department. Thank you, Sticky. Very funny.
I just want to say, I wish I was having a little something special that was making me not be able to read. But the different screen that I have now, it's hard to read, and then it was blinking. So, and I just wanted to make it so that Jay wasn't the only one making mistakes.
No. I make most of the mistakes around here. I was glad to see you, Jack Miles. Glad to see you. I haven't. If you didn't watch from the beginning, please go back and watch from the beginning. We had some fun, a lot of back and forth with the email exchange from Volmet and or the convict and the creep. Creep and the convict. I can't remember which it is, but no,
it doesn't look like it, Jay. It doesn't look like Megan or Tug have a stream set up, so I don't know if they're going live just now. So.
Well, shoot, I didn't pull up that much more stuff because I can. It won't take too long, but you'll have to entertain or something because I don't want to disappoint 224 people, but at the same time, they normally go live at 7:15 or so usually, but
well, if you got a few things, I know there was more posts on that Mary Lincoln stuff.
Yeah, I just got.
We could go through because
and I
saw it.
Let me just go back over to Mary.
I need to start telling everybody to type in caps so I can read it.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna troll you on Just J Hip's channel, please do me a favor on X and capitalize everything. Just follow Mary Lincoln's. She knows how to do it.
So I need to go get something to eat.
Yes, definitely.
So,
thank you for coming on,
no
Rose.
problem.
Always a joy to have you.
I just wanted to share my insights after,
Yes,
hearing those emails.
You have a lot more insights. You're a little closer than Jay and I. We don't have as much of the knowledge, but we like making fun of it.
Oh, yes. Definitely. That's what we do best. Give me a second.
But you are amazing. You and Roz.
And happy birthday. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes. By, and hopefully it was a good
Should we make Jay sing?
No, that's okay.
She's heard a portion, I think, or I don't know. Let's not do that.
And man, my allergies, my nose is almost closed, so she don't want to hear me sing.
Okay. So
all right. Thank you for coming by.
No problem.
Night, girlfriend.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Be good.
All right. I'll do the reading so you don't have to read because I know you're dying over there. Dying.
I am trying to I know that there should be a way to make this bigger for me, but
that's okay.
I don't know why it's not working.
Well, if you could see, there's plenty. I can just go to Volmet's Twitter because he's still going on Twitter, just not as much. And so he's still promoting his show. Nobody watches the Unwatchable show with the convict and the criminal. And here's a little back and forth again. Now he doesn't respond anymore, which is okay because the responses he gets are just as good. And here he even got a like. That's pretty good.
Wow.
But I sent him a message.
He normally don't have any likes.
Yeah. And I still sent him a message. I said, you're still doing this unknown stream 8 months later. Thanks for reaching out to the masses. Does this count as part of your stupid journalism or your paid journalism? Or are you doing this hell's work for free? Dick can never help it. He's always got to. Oh, I shared this one last week, didn't I?
Oh, Debbie Baker, you are such a sweet, sweet person.
Oh, Debbie.
You are sending us money on your birthday. Please don't.
Thank you,
that
Debbie.
money on you.
That's right. That's right. I love all of you. J Star Roz. You definitely make my day. Well, thank you, Debbie, for joining in, and thank you for the super chat always. And I hope you had a wonderful 70th birthday, not 71. Let's go back here because he doesn't get that many responses anymore.
Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining.
See, I didn't have as much prepped here. That's the problem.
That's okay.
That's all right. That's okay. Not even sure I'm still on Nikki. Did I lost him. I went too far.
Everyone remember to sub up to Kevin Sheely for absolutely no content.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, run to that one right now.
Let me scroll down because I know there was some more back and forth. He does.
Kevin,
you could see.
you could share
likes and no comments. If I do Mary, I want to do it from the beginning where, when we have more time. Let me see. Oh, here's the other one I wanted. And he shares this. Here, once again, he's just going to share, and I'm going to sue. Who's Sue? Who knows who Sue is? Please share it with me. But he just shared a video about Jeremy Hill suing people, and that's all it does. I don't know. He thought this was funny, though, but he gets responses, that's for sure.
It wasn't funny.
No.
I don't know who Sue is either.
Rogue Mama says, oh, look at Mike, the Picasso of X-Posts, blessing us with yet another breathtaking masterpiece, a random link of some hashtags, like he's competing for the most boring journalist on social media award. I bet his followers are just as thrilled to see this gripping content, thinking, wow, a URL with zero context. My Friday is made. Mike, you are out here covering a juicy lawsuit with defamatory signs, a YouTuber, and a guy named Bone Crusher. But you're posting like you're allergic to drama or personality. Maybe next time try a wild idea like adding a sentence to make us care. Or are you saving all your storytelling skills for the podcast while X gets your sleepiest leftovers? Keep up the stellar work, champ. And I like that because she said champ. And that's kind of me too. I always say things like champ and sport. Well, we'll get to that because I do it again. Because that's the type of person I am. I'm friendly.
I mean, she's telling the God's honest truth here. Nobody knows what you're talking about, Vomit. No one. So why is anybody watching that? What does it mean to them? I mean, I was like, I don't know who this Sue person is. I'm so confused. Maybe somebody could help me understand the post. I didn't get it.
Yeah, it didn't make sense, but I sent him a nice response. I said, I remember a time when he could post on X and not get mocked repeatedly. I guess this is what happens when you publicly self-own yourself. I don't know who George is. How's the career going, by the way, Slugger? Right? So he got a champ and a Slugger all in the same on the same thread there. That was pretty nice, actually. Yeah, sub over to Kevin. I don't know if I'm subbed to Kevin. I have to go check Kevin. I just realized today, actually, I'm not subbed to Yamaha Biker. I have to go over there, sub to Yamaha. I got to get on my game. I've been a little out of it lately. So, no, I have to get up on that myself. But, yeah, as you can see, Star Z comes in. And Star Z...
Who is not me, by the way.
Different Star. Says, idiots like him have to play in the fantasy world. Rogue says, idiots. And Rosalind gives a happy face. And I think we've come. Oh, Star says 0 likes.
There I am with the hat.
They don't get the likes anymore. They're kind of done with the likes. I mean, he used to get, like some comments maybe that were nice or friendly. He doesn't get those anymore. He just gets mockery and shame. And Star Z is me. Yes, Star. Of course. I'm going to share it if I find it. So, of course. So, yes, I was glad I was able to share that on the screen because I remembered I saw that one. I wanted to go back and find where you were in as well. But, yeah, it's going well. Kevin, you have 3 or 4 subs now. Well,
I mean,
we can do something about that.
I don't understand how this guy expects anybody to like anything he posts when he makes no sense. Like nobody understands why he's posting anything.
No.
And most of the time it's just hate. So.
And I see that we still have 208 people in the chat. Is Megan not doing stuff? Is Tug not doing stuff? What's going on?
Nobody saw a live set up for either Tug or Megan, so we're not sure they're going live.
Okay, well, we'll go a little bit longer because, but I hope I have 208 likes. If I have 208 likes, would be appreciated.
We have 221 likes. We have more likes than we have people, so let's keep it up.
That sounds like normally what Volmit probably gets.
No, he's usually negative.
So we go back to another stream, okay? Because if you pull this up correctly,
Vomit has about as many likes as they do have women prospects. I'm just saying.
Let me see here. 223 likes. I have my favorites. Thank you very much for the updates. You're always there to update me. Let me go back here. It says, advocate, don't hate, says, no likes. Where are the followers? Did you create that yourself? The AI can do better for you, but I appreciate the effort in taking the advice. Not sure about Sue or why she has a long tongue and bushes, but ads from Elon could help too. Coca-Cola is a secure job. That is a secure job. He should look into that.
I mean, I feel like, it looks like Advocate or someone saw that was there for a reason in his post.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, Elon is giving him job ideas. I'm just saying that's what it looked like.
Yes, thank you. Welcome for being here, Stacy. I appreciate you coming by.
I appreciate, trying to find people solid jobs with solid income, not GoFundMe's for $300 a story that no one wants to read, and paying somebody, I don't know, thousands of dollars to I don't know, just hate someone. I don't get that type of stuff. I'm about hard work.
Yeah,
and making you dollars.
And Rosalind found him, a little ad here. It says Coca-Cola is hiring. Take home up to $2,010 per paycheck. 5 paychecks, and he could cover this case himself. Because that'd be $10,000, and then he could start his work. Whenever that's going to begin, we're all waiting. Rosalind, yes, you are awesome, and it's my job to promote how awesome you are.
I thought Advocate posted that, but maybe I was wrong.
Well, hang on, because if I scroll up, it says Rosalind Duke. Oh, you
I-
might have shared it from her.
I thought that was in the screen capture.
Oh, maybe it was. Well, I did my best. I don't know. I thought picture browser. Get off my case, all right? I'm doing the best I can.
I'm just saying, that's what I saw.
But no, I do have a job to do, and that is, I do have to make sure everyone knows Rosalind is awesome. And please go and
Rosalind is awesome.
yes, go like and subscribe to her channel. It's equally as good as mine. It's better than mine. Okay, it's far better than mine. But I appreciate 225 people being here. We'll continue to scroll down more. Oh boy, I'm in here again. Yay. I said, I'm hoping he's not planning on a YouTube career. I would suggest trying appliance sales at the Home Depot. Now, that's a good job. You
That
go
could be a good job too. Yep.
selling some refrigerators, some ovens, some dishwashers. He could be a kitchen designer. There's a lot of different things he could do there. I would get one of those orange aprons and maybe think about going over to the Home Depot or maybe even Lowe's. Either one could work for you. Advocate Don't Hate says, Mr. J, who is Sue? Do you know? She says, I don't follow. Being the guy that I am, I said, I do not, but I will investigate journal to find the answer because that's what I do. I'm going to investigate journal the hell out of this, and I'm going to get to the bottom of who Sue is. In my experience, when this is all you get, when you post something on X, I would get off X, right? I would rebrand myself at this point because when the rest of the career, for the rest of your life, when people go and follow your X post, they're going to be like, yeah, he picked the fight with the wrong people. This didn't go well. And they're probably going to shy away. And I get why he might want to speak with me or be mad at me. But you know what? I'm not the one who started this. He did, right? He had a back and forth with Megan Fox. I can't fix stupid. I can only share it. That's my job. Oh, but yeah, he's something, all right. We'll keep scrolling. I think I can find a few more. Just a little bit. I think we did this one last week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did that one last week. Okay, I think we're pretty much caught up with where we are. And as you can see, though, I'm pointing this out. Unless it's a troll comment, he doesn't get anything. There's no comments in anything he posts. So I don't know why he posts them. It just doesn't make sense to me. But, it boggles my mind. But I tell you, I think it's about time for us to maybe wrap it up tonight. I know there's 224 of you still here, but if I go on, I'm just going to be spinning my wheels because I was planning on Tug being here, and usually I have to get off at 2:15. I came up with 65 minutes or 75 minutes of stuff. So that's all I had. 257 likes. Another update from I have my faves, Rosalind, with a $4.99 super chat. Rosalind is
because she's awesome.
Greatest show. It is the greatest show, and every time you stream, I will watch it. Although lately, I can't watch your live streams because they're just at a time when it doesn't work for me. So I sent you my schedule, and we'll work out a time when you can stream when I can watch live. All right, because it's kind of about my schedule, really. Because I would like to watch and be in the chat. So just when I tell you, do it at 8 a.m., do it at 8 a.m. rather than 4 p.m. That works better. But yeah, Linda, 261st like. Thank you so much, Linda. You see the likes?
Oh my!
The likes really go up.
Wait, I have 271.
And I would want to.
You guys are amazing.
yeah, I want to say you guys are so amazing, and I always appreciate all of the likes I get. Because a lot of the other sometimes I'll go into other people's streams, they'll be like, why are they not liking? Why aren't they hit the like button? And I don't even have to remind you to do it. You've already done it because when I ask, the number's always higher than what I think it's going to be. So I'm always just so impressed and so happy with the chat, and you guys are so funny. So yeah, and I wanted to say this though. I've been working at it. The room I'm in is very echoey, and I've been adding a bunch of stuff to make it better. So if it's still echoey, I'm working on it. I know that. It's just it's just this entire house. I have a lot of more stuff to add just to get things taken care of. Rosalind is awesome. I'm sorry, that is not my name, Rosalind. And I don't even know how to change it back, which is
my God. That is funny.
Oh, now I'm being trolled. Don't forget Patrick_am_I. Don't forget to drop him a message and remind him that Mary Lankins is our friend, and maybe he should be a little nicer because, of course, it's my job to make him famous. Well, at least make him have a less enjoyable time on X. So please go over and see Patrick and send him a nice little message and give a little shout out to Mary Lankins. I appreciate everyone being here. We will get into the two leaves, like I said, and I also have. Actually, I'm not going to share it, but I'll tell you. Oh, God, I got to do it. Hang on 1 sec. Just give me a sec.
1 sec. I'll give you 1 sec.
Give me 2 minutes here. Give me 2 minutes. Let me pull it up here.
Oh, hold on.
Pause. I don't want that. Just want to get to him. Well, this is gonna be pretty good. Social interactions in our chats, our videos. Okay.
Wait, what does it say now?
What?
It says, JJH and Rosalind is awesome.
Oh, well, thank you,
That's
Ron.
nice.
Thank you.
That's nice. We could,
Yes.
but we should fix that to, be grammatically correct.
I appreciate
Yeah.
you putting that up there. Rosalind flirting with me again. And once again, let me pause. I'm gonna get.
Now it says you are awesome.
Thank you. I'm pulling up the transcript now.
Thank you, Lisa. This has been awful, and it's not even allergy season yet. I'm so sorry. You guys are having to listen to this. The sniffle fest.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just glad you could make it. Present. I got something here. This is kind of a fun one. To post J hit. Patrick, what happened yesterday? Share. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna walk away for 2 seconds to get something.
He's going to get something. Maybe he needs more toilet paper for the bathroom where he's, streaming from. So definitely now's the time to make some changes there.
Oh, I had to get my notes.
Oh, I thought you had to get the toilet paper.
No.
Oh, because you're in the bathroom, so I thought maybe you ran out. It happens.
I watch this stuff so that you guys don't have to, because I want to make sure I entertain you and have something for you. And here's a riveting script here from what happened yesterday from the amazing Boner Crusher. He's really good to follow. He's a good stream, but I'm just going to hit you up with some of the highlights from this delightful reading that he had. I'm not going to share it all.
Was he singing again?
This is Ray Boner Crusher, and I want to remind you, when we get to the two leaves, you're going to get some more of this. But here's what happened yesterday on his stream. He says, look, this is how he starts, okay? There's not a hello or anything. This is just how we're starting. Looks like it's a sunny day out there today. Kind of chilly, but sunny spring's on its way. I just hope it gets here sooner than later. Oh, for all of you that got around to a couple channels yesterday, mainly Two Leaves in a Pod and Guapos, you probably had some eye-opening events. All right, well, let's see what the eye-opening events are. He goes down here and he says, I don't know much what to say about it. Tell you the truth, I heard rumors some time ago. It seems on a regular basis, it seems to come up more and more and more. Sometimes where there's smoke, this is what's going to blow your minds, people. This is an older guy. He's really smart. He's got just a whole bunch of information to share with the world, and we should be listening to him. Rosalind's done messing with Jay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anytime, Rosalind, anytime. But this is where it gets good. All right. Be prepared for this mountain of knowledge coming at you. And just, he's an older gentleman. So just go ahead and take in the knowledge and wisdom he's giving you. Sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm beginning to wonder if just how hot it is out there. Now, one thing I'll tell you I did, I went back and I did a little more looking around some of the territory that this guy walked previous to Otter Creek. And I happened to come across an article where it looks like a counselor or something at that Skyview Ranch was charged with 3 counts of, I don't know. But it's a nice way to put it. The courts have it. But I guess you could look at Skyview Ranch if you want to know about it and ask about the charges against a counselor. Still, I have no clue what on living God's earth he's talking about, but all he's telling me is he saw something and I should go research it myself in my free time if I'm interested. But where did we go with the fire? I thought weren't we talking about a fire? And well, we'll get back to the fire. Well, it's not good when you look at a trail of somebody and then I bring it up to date and I look at things and I try to put the puzzle together, but you don't have all the pieces yet. How long does it take for the piece to fall in place? What I'm finding is that as time goes on, things are speeding up. And I guess we're all going to get a lot more education over the next anything. From a few days to a few months is my opinion on the matter. And there's, hey, hang on, we're back to the fire. we finally got back to the fire 2 minutes later. There's enough smoke that I'm beginning to worry about what kind of prevention measures are going to have to be taken in the very near future. Over his time,
Jay, do people watch this?
This is highly watched. Highly watched.
Are you like the one and only view that
I'm going to tell you, he has far more subs than me. He's got about 8,000 subscribers. He gets about 400 views.
Okay.
One thing I learned about fires is you always want to give it as much distance as you can, unless you're there fighting the fire. And everybody knows how dangerous a fire can be when it gets out of hand. And I guess if you have an opinion on things and you're intelligent enough to try and weigh all the things that are presented to you in case of a fire, there's smoke. And there may be flame somewhere generating that smoke. And there certainly is heat somewhere.
Rogue, we are reading Bone Crusher's, I think, transcripts from his
Bone Crusher. Sometimes when there's fire, there's going to be smoke, and there also could be a flame, maybe. And it also, this is 80 years of experience telling us that it's probably going to generate heat. It's going to generate heat. Oh God. I'll continue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get away. So he's looking at Skyview Ranch and, well, and you know, it's kind of like, well, like you say, I hear over and over, birds of a feather. That's what I hear, not making any accusations. I'm just being cautious. No sense calling names, right? But knowing the ground that you're going to walk around or on or be around, that could also be a good thing for people to want to know the people you're around, who you're going to converse with, and who you want to protect and who you want to walk away from as fast as you can. I don't have a
You
whole
know
lot
who I'd want to
say.
walk away as fast as I can from? That podcast.
I don't have a lot more to say. This is going to be a short one. All right. Well, it's not a short one because I can assure you it goes on for another 15 minutes or so, maybe 10. But we'll continue on to another one of my favorite portions, just a little below this one.
Oh boy.
It's 6:26. He said, a couple of people, Becky said, 2 leaves in a pod last night, and Robbie showed up on the show last night, and I had some words of wisdom to say. Everybody, and he had some words of wisdom to say. Everybody that knows Robbie knows that he's strictly upstanding citizen, and I believe in him and the things he does. And I think that probably even talking about it probably makes a person shiver a bit. Let me go back to Robbie and bring up the fact that I'm fairly certain this guy served 18 months in prison for, I don't know, he was illegally transporting wildlife, things of that nature, but he's strictly an upstanding citizen. Okay, that's just more of Bone Crusher's, just riveting information. He's so smart. Now, this comes back on last night's stream with the 2 fleas in a pod. 2 fleas in a pod? Yes, Robbie gets on and says, Ray, I always watch Ray and listen to what he says because he keeps me grounded, because he's got so much wisdom there to pass on from his 80 years of walking the earth. Well, that's a mountain of wisdom there. I mean, where there's fire, there might be smoke, and it could generate heat. Oh, God, here we go. I'll continue. 743.
Oh my. Oh my God. How long did the short stream go on for? Because
this was only about a 20-minute, but you remember at about 3 minutes, he said this one's the short one. So let's see. All right, here we go. It's 7:43. Well, he's talking. He says, you want to listen to a little bit, of what happened yesterday? Go over there to Guapo's channel. It's called Storage Legends. If you type that into the YouTube, you'll come up with Guapo's channel. Just type that into the YouTube. And Guapo's channel, and that conversation he had won't take you long. You'll be in and out of there almost as fast as you can blink your eyes, maybe, for the 28-minute stream. Quicker if it makes you sick to your stomach. All right, well, he's going to babble on a little bit, and folks, I'm going to scroll down a little bit because I can't take all of this. But he's still going. He's still going. All right. Here we go.
oh my God.
I'm sorry. He's still going. And he's still talking about nothing. All right. But I only wanted to pull out some of the favorites of that I reached. He said, you're not gonna get to see the last 6 minutes because it isn't there. He's talking about a video that was cut out. He's like, anymore, but it starts out with a bang. Yeah. Threat after thread. Well, that's probably threat. Threat after threat after threat. Some people can't let sleeping dog lie. But this guy says, well, you poked the bear. I think more than poking the bear, I think the bear has rabies, in my opinion. Don't you? What the hell does that mean?
I think we're 5 people away from 300 likes, and this story is not getting us there.
But I promised everybody at the beginning of this day, I put it on X, and I told you I was going to share surprises, which I did, right? And I promised you I would give you some laughs. I am taking Boner Crusher's stream, and I am making it better than any stream he's ever done. I assure you, I am giving you gold here, in my opinion.
Listen, I am so thankful that you watch this so that we don't have to. So I'm gonna try to just sit here and be thankful.
As I told Shizzy yesterday in the stream.
But just so you know, if we don't get to 300 likes, nobody tell him we already made it. If we don't get to 300 likes, it's all your fault.
She already did it, Stacy. Thank you. 317 likes. Well, you know, Wednesday nights are not our big nights. Normally Saturday afternoons are our day, but without Tug, that's why I always told you, like a couple weeks ago, you're like, put a 1 in the chat if you're going to go watch Tug. And I'm like, well, I'm going to put a 1 in the chat. You know? I'm leaving. But yeah, when they're not on, things really go well for us over here. I'm gonna have to be like,
I love it.
Stream on Wednesdays till 8 now. But thank you for everyone being here. 267 people in the live. My question is, if I went over onto Volmit's channel, I mean, and say all of you came with me to watch, do you think they'd be able to handle a chat of 267 people in comparison to their normal 14? I mean,
I don't know. They would probably get overwhelmed. They might both be trying to pick up ladies in the chat. I mean, they might get, you know, ooh, never seen this many people available on Tinder.
No.
Oh, wait, this is YouTube. I forgot.
But he's gonna wrap it up, and you know, we'll get to the end of this.
We do need to ask him who Sue is. I mean, seriously, who is Sue? Why do we keep talking about Sue? Give us a backstory.
I'm gonna keep investigative journaling about it until I get to it. But Ray says, well, I guess you're going to have to go to the channel and find out, because quite frankly, if I was that poor woman, my heart would be broken. What else can I say? It's just, it stinks. I feel sorry for that mother completely. Sorry, and her daughter. I don't know what he's talking about. Again, he's not shared the story. All he's told us is go watch another stream. And now he's talking about a daughter that we don't know anything about, because he didn't share the story. But you have to go through so many things that may be ahead for her, because I don't know what's next step is going to be.
Shut up, Ted. Oh my God.
What's that?
Raise on Grinder.
Linda, thank you for it too. I appreciate it. Yes, I can imagine so. That's one string. No, Grinder's going to get brought down by that. He's taken down all of the dating apps by just posting, and then they're like, no, he has destroyed the app.
Oh my God.
But he says, I don't be ahead for her because I don't know what the next step is going to be, but there's certainly going to be a next step. There's going to be a next step, folks. Doesn't know what it's going to be, but
there's a next step.
It'll be coming after this step. Will be another step. So with that, I'm going to let you go. That there was the wonderful stylings of Ray Boner Crusher sharing with us, you know, his truth and what he does. I don't know. Give me 1 sec here. Chat, you tell me. Do you want to stick around? Because I can pull up a transcript from two leaves in a pod. If you're willing to be patient, I can pull it up. You tell
Yeah,
me if you want me to
We're
continue.
we're here for the crowd. We're here for the crowd.
Because
So
we got 273 people here. I appreciate it. And the 207, no, we got 300 likes plus.
345 likes. I mean, I would love to get to 400, but I don't, I don't.
More importantly, can I get 300 shares? Sharing gets it out there and keeps it
Sharing
spreading.
is caring.
But all right, it looks like everyone's sticking around. We're at 273. I'm gonna go back.
I mean, we have to get them. We have to bring them into the story before they leave, because then they're like, wait, I need to hear the end of people being on Tinder and other apps.
Yeah. Get this pulled up. Okay, just gonna give me a
We
second.
can't say for sure. This is all speculation, people. Don't take what we say seriously. Do your own research, and this is just for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment, parody, and education, because I'm sure you're all learning something.
Well,
like certain places not to visit on YouTube. I'm just saying.
Understand how much work I have to do every single night to watch this. Come on. I thank you for the respect on that. It's a lot of effort. Show transcript. Okay. Oh, it's over there.
Rosalind needs to go iron her socks. So yeah, I think we're losing her.
What? Rosalind, those socks can wait till tomorrow. I'm giving you better entertainment than socks, at least, right, Roz? I mean, come on. Okay, give me a sec. I'll share this.
Exactly, Kevin. It's allegedly my opinion. Exactly.
I didn't know you iron socks. That's a thing?
It's not a thing. It's not.
That was just her excuse to leave.
Yes. Welcome.
272 people here, and well, I do this so you don't have to, I guess. 5 attacking, and here's my other string.
Oh my God.
I don't have as many notes here, so we're gonna have to scroll a little bit and do a little hunting, but I'll find the best parts, I promise.
God.
Okay, sorry, I had a cough there. All right, here we go.
Chat, you just crack me up. You really do.
This is just a preview. This is a preview of what you're going to get on Saturday, but it's going to be better because they'll have my spots picked out a little better. I definitely was not planning on doing this one tonight. That's why I didn't bring my notes home with me. So they're still, at the office. But hang on, we're gonna get down.
I mean, Kevin, it makes her hair look amazing. I'm okay with it. Roll whatever you need to do in your hair. I'm all for it when it looks great.
Yeah.
Got to find something to do with those old socks that don't have a matching pair.
Just take me a minute. I know what I'm looking for, and I know where it gets good. But
yeah, it's true. I mean, people do everybody takes everything so seriously. We have to bring it down a few notches. Adulting is serious enough. So when we find things that are truly just,
yes,
for funsies, we got to bring it to you because it doesn't,
Now, the reason why doing this live when I wasn't prepared for it is hard is because bear in mind, these are 4-hour long streams. All right. These are long ones of like disaster, but just give me some time here. There's gold in here to be found. I promise you. All righty.
Absolutely, Lisa.
Where is he? We're talking about Ohio. I'm just going to disappoint with dead air here.
Exactly, Marion. We need to. There's so much seriousness going on in the world. We need levity. We need to laugh. We need to have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, just
Oh boy.
Gotta relax.
We are there. We are there. Oh boy. Here we go. I promise you to stick around. We'll give you some good, compelling stuff from this show that you might be missing. And maybe you'll want to check into it in the future and give them some likes and subscribes. Once again, I'm nice enough to even promote this train wreck. But here we go. Oh, well, that's just something I won't have to follow, but he's trying to get, okay. They're trying to get some, talent, absolute polym. I think she's trying to say polymop. I like some of the Yukon. It seems 80% are Ohio. It's wild. Speaking of Ohio, do you know there's a lot of famous people that came from Ohio? Who would have freaking guessed that? Okay, now we're getting into it. And she says, yeah, there's a lot. There's a couple in my high school. A lot of famous people came from Ohio. So maybe that's why Germ feels the need that he has to be important or, a celebrity of Ohio or something. I don't know, but there's a lot. So what I did was I looked up some of these people, right? So I said the top, she found Steven and Robbie. Jeebus, you don't even let me go there, and you got to get that out. It was so funny. I don't know what she's talking about. I was laughing my butt off. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's on the list. But, oh no, but you got to listen to this list, right? So this is the top of the list, 25 famous people from Ohio. Joe Walsh. She's going to go through the list, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not going to read this. Spielberg, LeBron James, Larry Zanka, Robert, I don't know, someone, Stephen Kizzy, John Legend, Doris Day, Newman, Armstrong, Thomas Edison, Drew Carey, Marilyn Manson. Okay, we got it. And that's the top 25. And guess what, guys? Look, no Jeremy Hells neither, nor did Jeffrey Dahmer make the list, Robbie. Now we know why you're so jealous of you. Oh my God. I was laughing my butt off as I said, holy crap, Robbie's on the list. That is funny, and Jeremy Hells is not. So somehow, some way, Robbie, you must be getting more views, more than Channel 20. I think Channel 20's got me beat. I don't know what that means. But they're not on like no less, but they're a huge. All right, so now Ray Bone Crusher, it's been 50 minutes and Ray's going to bed. They put the old man to bed.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
But he says, and these guys I've never heard of, but who's LeBron? I thought that was funny. No idea. That explains it. Talk about LeBron James, I guess. But yeah, there's no Jeremy Hells. I'm going to scroll.
LeBron must be hanging out with George.
They're going to keep pointing this out. Fans and John, he said no Jeremy H and no Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, again, Charlie Manson was not from Cincinnati, Ohio. He was from Canton, Ohio. Okay, just randomly mentioning where people are from. Charlie Manson, I said Marilyn Manson's from Canton. Oh, boy. More, he's like that I could, Neil Armstrong was from Ohio. She read this in the list of famous people. She just read that. Then Robbie says again, oh, Paul Newman was from Ohio. She's already read Paul Newman's name, and he's coming up with a bigger list of the same people. It's going good, kids. It's going good. The stream's hopping. And then they go into, oh, yes, and George is from Ohio. They know who George is. Now,
Oh boy.
why can't they send that over to like Vomit and say, hey, these people know who George is. Why don't they help out each other? I don't get it.
Seriously.
I don't
Aren't
know
they
how
part of
to-
the same team?
I don't know how 268 of you are still watching, but I can tell you this much. I appreciate it, and I'll continue.
Just hoping this gets us to 400 likes. I mean, we're almost there, but you are putting some of these people to sleep, I think.
I am. I don't know what you want me to do.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's
just a joke. It's just a joke.
But that list either just saying Drew Carey. Yeah, Drew Carey was mentioned. Michael Stanley, 100%. Yeah, but Robbie, now they're going after George. What? They're going after George on the Facebook groups? No way. Yeah, they posted us something. I saw it. Let me go back and see someone. Hold on.
Stacy, me either. I
Leave-
can't listen.
leave-
Go ahead.
To me or this?
No, to the fleas.
Okay, because I can stop reading.
No, you're good.
Yes, I've been to Loveland, Ohio. Don't know where Loveland came in, but it says no wonder Jeremy doesn't want anything to do with her family because of the DV. Jeremy's life is in. Oh, then someone else jumps in and says, "Oh, is in risk," and it's a picture of George. It's a mugshot of George. Or look, it says arrest.org. Yeah, so I don't know what is arrested for. Didn't even look it up. But yeah, so now they're going after George. Sydney, he was born in Cincinnati. New character jumps in and just randomly says they're talking about George. And then some random character, I believe Robbie, pops in and says, Sydney was born in Cincinnati. He's having a completely different conversation. He's still stuck on Ohio, but everyone else has moved on in this stream, right?
Oh my God.
I believe shortly thereafter, if you'll give me a sec, I believe they talk about me. They're still going on about Ohio, right? And everything is still going on. Little music. They had a happy birthday. Brother named Dirk. Beautiful people. Let me see. I know it's coming up here soon.
Dun, dun, dun. What's the suspense sound? I need the suspense.
I know.
I'm gonna have to look that one up so I can have that in my
Yeah, no kidding.
instead of wah 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 and all the best.
We definitely need that one, especially if I'm going to continue on back and forth with Vomit.
All the best.
Let's see here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it. Keep entertaining so I can keep scrolling.
Paula, this is the question. Why do they care? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're here. We are here, kids.
Here we go. Here's the big one.
This is where it gets good for 247 people. After this portion, I'm gonna shut it down. But here you go. I get a mention. All right. So it's crazy what's going on, but all these new people coming. Could you imagine P. Diddy going after someone that's talking about him on the internet, right? Well, Germ is no celebrity status like that. Oh, you're allowed to talk about P. Diddy, but not Germ. Germ's like on the Z list, okay? But you have someone like Megan. Who's Megan? Megan's like recruiting people for her smear campaign, promising, views and stuff like that. And like this one guy, Jay Bip or Jay Hip, whoever he is, I don't know who he is, not trying to offend the guy. I really don't know if it's Vip or Hip, but yes, I saw it. It was lies. I actually called Cece about it. Bear in mind, we are in a conversation now about J Hip, and Robbie pops in, right? I don't know if it's Vip or Hip, but and then here comes Robbie. Yes, I thought it was about lies. I actually called Cece about it. What, living in Cece's drug house? Oh, I saw that posted to somebody sent me. Come up from Adam, posted Adam did an interview, and it was all lies. I was laughing my butt off, like, who did he interview with? This rock thing, and Jeremy needs to eat dog and get an enema and colostrophy prep at the same time to keep him busy for a few days and occupy his time. Thank you, Chief. You guys are funny. Noel Bree sent a super chat. Once again, we were having a conversation about J Hip, J Vip, J don't even know my name, doesn't want to offend me, but then all of a sudden Robbie pops in and says, oh yes, I saw that, and he's talking about a completely different show that just popped into his brain mid-sentence. So I'll leave you with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to provide you with more in the future of what I do, and who knows, maybe they'll share stuff on my stream tonight. I don't know, it might, and maybe they can share my stream with their fans. Please don't. The Lees have been around for a while.
That's why they're not mentioning your name.
Excuse me. Because they don't want anybody coming to the stream. That's why they're playing like, I don't know what his name is. I mean, this or that or whatever. Yeah, okay. That's just because you don't want them coming over here and actually getting the truth. When you could sit there and just keep telling lies.
Well, I appreciate it all for everyone being here. And I will give you more. And on Saturday at 12:30, right, Scar?
Yes, that's it.
And if I don't know, maybe I'll pop in if you just see a random Friday morning stream. Maybe I don't know if I'm doing anything else until Saturday, but I might pop up after Shizzy. Sometimes that's fun because no one else is on. So I might come in for just to have a fun time. Polyflops, yes, man. But
Jay did a great job by himself. He did. That was a super good stream with Shizzy.
Thank you. Yeah, go back and watch it. Really good time with Shizzy. And like I said,
definitely listen to it. It was really good.
The Two Fleas have been around for a while, years, I think. And they do have, I think, over 4,000 subscribers. So hopefully I can get to that level someday. If you could like, subscribe, and share. And I think we got the like portion down. I don't even have to say that anymore. I appreciate every single one of you who've come in and watched our stream and hit the like button. I appreciate everyone who sent a super chat to Debbie and those Sticky Widgets, Rosalind Duke, and Ted Wendell. Thank you so much. I do want to just re-mention those ones. But yeah, it was a good stream. I appreciate you guys coming out, and we are going to do it again. All right. So just
absolutely. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. You're super funny. We can't appreciate you guys enough for being here. I'm sorry that you had to listen to me nasally and sick and basically couldn't read, but hopefully Saturday will be better.
Well, and thank you for the 382 likes, and we are
at 390. We are at 390, and I am praying for 10 more so we get to 400.
I'm sure we'll get there in time, and I'm glad we could fill some space for you where Megan, Fox, and Tug you normally are. I'm glad we were able to fill in your night. So thank you, Debbie. Thank you. When will we be back? I will be back Saturday for sure at 12:30 Central Standard Time. And if possible, maybe I'll do a a Friday morning fun one. We'll see. I don't know.
And thank you to Rogue and Rosalind for jumping in. Please jump in again whenever you want. You guys are great.
Yes.
And Jay loves having you on.
Yes, I do. Rosalind's awesome. Rogue is awesome, and I appreciate Rogue.
He wonders why I'm the only one who will commit.
No, I don't know that the
I'm
other
kidding,
two always
I'm
have
kidding.
time. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for coming by, and we are going to walk away after this 2 hours and 4 minutes. And thank you all for joining us. I appreciate it.
And we'll see you on Saturday.
See you Saturday.